DJ Urban T. Benjamin. My brothers. This ain't pain talk. This is clarity.
They told us be strong, but don't act like a man. Be sensitive, but never take a fucking stand. Be providers, but ashamed of the grind. Confused ass culture, now we losing our spine. I watch men drown with their mouths full of facts. Quote every theory, but don't move when it's time to act. Scrolling for truth like it's stuck in the feed, but red pill reality don't come cheap. I ain't mad at women, I'm mad at the lie that told you red pill meant bitching online. Red pill wasn't rage, it was look in the mirror. Now see enemies instead of getting clearer. They say wake up, but stay sleeping they habits. Blame the whole world, never audit they balance. You broke cause you lazy, not cursed. Red pill truth hit hard, yeah this shit might hurt.
Hell, red pill, but don't choke on the truth. If you woke while you still in the same fucking loop, say you free, but you chained to the pain. Red pill, see clear, still walk in the rain. Red pill, but live that shit out. Awake ain't a bad, just a long way out. If you see what's real, then stand on your feet. Brotherhood calling, don't lie to me.
Misogyny ain't strength, it's fear in disguise. Red pill twisted when you stop thinking precise. Turn patterns into laws, turn hurt into hate. Then wonder why life still slamming the gate. Alpha beta talk got you sounding real small. Red pill discipline silent, don't posture at all. A man who see clear, don't need a villain. He building his shit while you scrolling and bitching. Red pill ain't the uniform, it's the work. But most one language without the dirt. Truth don't trend, don't clap, don't cheer. Red pill pressure make cowards disappear. I ain't saying the world fed, it's never the case. But red pill don't excuse you from running the race. Life don't owe you shit, but it answer to work. So either level up or stay mad and hurt.
Red pill, but don't poison your soul. Truth ain't hate, it's control. Say you woke, but you live in the sleep. Red pill talk, same shit every week. Red pill, but stand like a man. Awareness demand more than a plan. If you see what's real, then bleed for the truth. Brotherhood watching, what you gon' do?
Red pill ain't loud. It don't argue in comments. It don't recruit the bitter. Red pill get quiet and start demanding receipts. I ain't above this shit, I'm in it too. Same red pill standard apply to you and me, fool. If I say build, I gotta build mine. If I say lead, I gotta bleed time. Gentlemen, my brothers. Red pill ain't something you say, it's something you live. I'm holding myself to it too.
DJ Urban T.
Yeah. You ever lose so much you stop feeling it? Then one day the blessings hit like a fucking hurricane. Yeah. I'm in that chapter now. I'm on the ride of my life. Hey. I'm on the ride of my life. I'm on the ride of my life. Everything try to bring me, I told that shit not quite. Took every L, turned the pain into my highlight. Now doors open up for me like come inside. Yeah, the old me's dead, I ain't looking behind. All this success got me feeling divine. Fuck what they think, I was built for the climb. Had some fake friends say they'd always stay down. Next week acting like they barely came round. People love you when you up, when you sink they drown. So I cut the snakes early, I don't play with clowns. All these late nights stressing, trying to make ends meet. Now I'm eating real good, something like a king's feast. Took every punch life through, stayed on my fucking feet. Now I shine so bright, even pain looks sweet. Haters talking but they whisper now. They ain't built for what I walk through, different style. I'm chosen, I'm focused, I know this now. They doubted, I rose and I own this now. All that heartbreak, all that fear and trauma made a man out of me, not a runner. And every closed door just brought me another. Now I'm done stressing, I'm blessed like a motherfucker. I'm on the ride of my life. Everything try to break me, I told her shit not quite. Took every L, turned the pain into my highlight. Now doors open up for me like come inside. I'm on the ride of my life. Yeah, the old me's dead, I ain't looking behind. All the success got me feeling divine. Fuck what they think, I was built for the climb. Now I'm waking up peaceful, no drama near. Had to cut off weak energy, keep my mind clear. Now the love I get real, yeah, the vibe sincere. Ain't no fear left in me, I'm the one they cheer. Got family depending on my next big win. Got angels protecting me from all fake friends. Used to pray for these moments every damn night then. Now I live every blessing like amen again. Won battles I ain't mentioned cause it's none of they biz. Took kids that would've folded, left them in where they sit. Now I'm rich in my spirit and I'm rich in my grit. Fuck the past, I'm alive and I'm built for this shit. Yeah, I've been running through hell just to touch this light. Had to lose my heart just to get it back right. Had to cut off people who ain't treat me right. Now I'm up, way up out of sight. I'm on the ride of my life. I'm on the ride of my life. Everything tried to break me, I told her shit not quite. Took every L, turned the pain into my highlight. Now doors open up for me like come inside. Yeah, the old me's dead, I ain't looking behind. All the success got me feeling divine. Fuck what they think, I was built for the climb.
Welcome to the lounge, where we challenge accountability. I'm Urban, and we don't do surface talk here. We use emotional intelligence, thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Every beat a question, every bar a lesson. I turn the mic to a mirror, life's a session. Urban in the mix, soul and intellect blend. We ain't just talk truth, we set trends from Dallas to the world. We break that ceiling, no clout, just facts, that's the real feeling. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Trap drums drop, but the message don't fade. Every thought sparks like a hand grenade. Faith, pain, love, and drive all collide, that's how minds revive. All collide, that's how minds revive. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking. Mind open wide like a city skyline. Every topic shaped by design. The urban lounge where ideas ignite. Late night thoughts under podcast lights. Every episode of thought design. The urban lounge where iron sharp iron. We build from the ground like truth rewiring. Can't fake what's felt when the mic's ignited. If you're listening now, you already invited. Thought-provoking, mind in motion, truth be stirring, deep emotion, no filters, no faking. This here, thought-provoking.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Real quick community guidelines before we start the show. Now I want y'all to know that this is a space for respectable, thought-provoking conversations. We encourage intelligent discussions, different viewpoints, and respectable debates. Disagree if you want, but do it with substance and respect. Self-promotion is not allowed. This is not your billboard. Links, spam, and promotions in the comments or in live chat will be blocked immediately. Distasteful trolling insults, or bad faith behavior would not be entertained. You would be blocked and banned. No warnings, no back and forth. Finally, y'all will notice that the subscriber mode is on. It is only for 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. That way we can protect the integrity of the show and also protect the integrity of people who actually want to comment in the comment section faithfully. All right. We're here to think, challenge ideas, and grow, and not derail the conversation. If you're here in good faith, then I welcome you. Y'all enjoy the show. Yo, it is Friday, y'all. What's up with it? It's Friday. It is Friday. Salute to y'all. Welcome to the lounge. Y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. And yes, your boy is live this Friday. How about that? Get urban in the building on the Friday. So what's up with it? Salute to y'all. Salute. We got a good phenomenal episode that I want to share with you. What we're going to do, we're going to react to another content creator, and they're going to be talking about the topic of black women, her. All right. So we're going to react to that. Of course, I'm going to give you my perspective on the whole conversation, and I want to hear y'all perspective as well too about this conversation we're going to have tonight as we react to this content creator, right? Do y'all remember, what's that lady name? Oh, Carmen Lacey. Y'all remember Carmen Lacey, right? If you have forgot, Carmen Lacey was the lady who was on Tommy Sotomayor's show almost nearly 2 to 3 weeks ago. She was on Tommy Sotomayor's show, and she ended up getting into this debate with Tommy Sotomayor about black women, her. So, of course, dealing with Tommy, situations or conversation, and they're getting derailed and going to a whole nother area, but there's neither here nor there. All right. But they was having this debate about black women, her. So this particular debate with black women, her, ended up having Carmen go on to this other content creator channel, and they decided to have a conversation about black women, her. And that's what we're going to react to tonight. All right. This conversation is about 30 minutes long. I'll try to do my best to try to drag this out as much as possible. All right. But that conversation lasts only about 30 minutes. All right. So we're listening. We'll hear what they got to say. All right. Rufford, what's up with it, man? Shout out to you, bro. How you been doing? How your journey been going so far? What's up with you? And I did get the videos and stuff that you tagged me into. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to respond back, because if I responded back, then I'd be responding to the other content creators that the videos you tagged me into, and not directly to you. But I did get them. I did receive it. I did watch MABW. That's one. MABW is a trip, man. I like that dude. That dude is funny. So yeah, I did watch the video MLBW, and I watched the other video that you sent me as well too, and I appreciate it a whole lot. Appreciate it a whole lot, bro. I think you asked me a question about that too. Hold up. Let me see. Let me backtrack and see. Yeah, because I don't like being rude and not answering people questions. Let me find it real quick. Let me find it. Oh, you asked me what I think about this. And one of the posts that you sent me the post about the married teacher, a mix having sex with a 16-year-old student in school in the closet. This does sound like something Lionel would react to. But I can't give you my perspective on it. Now, I just said this before, and I say it again. Women could be predators as well too. Women could be predators. Teachers could be predators to these younger children, man. And it's unfortunate that you have these type of sick individuals that are out there, right? They believe that it's appropriate for them to do these things to these children, man. Then next thing you know, these children are being traumatized, and they end up growing up into being grown adults. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's some sick behavior for real, man. I ain't lying. But yeah. But let's go ahead and get into this conversation for tonight, y'all. Oh, also, those of y'all who are watching right now, you may be either watching in the bushes, or you may want to participate in the chat tonight, which that's fine. It's no problem. But you just have to wait 5 minutes, all right? So if you're not sub up to this channel, go ahead and sub up to the channel. Wait for 5 minutes, then you'll be able to participate in the chat tonight, all right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We got 26 people in the building. If you do me a favor, go ahead and hit that thumbs up to support the channel. All right. So let's go ahead and get to this conversation for tonight. All right. So the conversation tonight, what we're going to talk about is, do black women hate their hair? Once again, do black women hate their hair? So gentlemen, I'm not asking the ladies tonight. I'm going to ask the gentlemen. Gentlemen, those of you who are able to comment in the chat right now, let me know how you feel about this. Do you believe that black women truly and absolutely hate their hair? They hate their hair so much so that they have to wear all this artificial hair. So what say you, gentlemen? Do black women truly hate their hair? Y'all let me know in the chat. I had said this on another panel, right? I was on another panel, another content creator, and I was explaining them the for us the men reasoning why we feel that we feel about women, our black women in their hair. I made mention that we tolerate our black women wearing, these artificial hair. We tolerate it. But do we like it? No, not at all. Not at all. Just about every man prefer for their woman to be natural. I'm going to say it again, just about every man. Notice why I said just about every man. Just about every man prefer for their women to be natural. Now, of course, we have the few that are out there, right? The little Pookies and Ray Rays, where they love women who have the extensions in their hair. They love the women with the colorful hair, with the blue streak hair, whatever the hell that bullshit is. They love that. They love the ghetto ratchetness look and everything. But majority of the men prefer women with natural hair. Myself included. Now, when I had met my wife right now, Mrs. Urban, she wore wigs. Some point of times, she'll wear weave and extensions and different things like that, right? And also, she was going to school for cosmetology to learn how to do women hair. Now, she decided to do the cosmetology thing because it was like a side mission or a side quest for her. You know what I'm saying? It was something that she just wanted to learn how to do, and she just wanted to do it. So that's what she was doing. So she knew that I had a certain type of disdain for women and not having natural hair, right? But however, by me having that disdain, right, I never, came to my wife where I just acted a fool. I belittled her. I made her feel some type of way because of my preference. Never did that, ever. So one day she decided to do this. She decided that, you know what? I'm going to do something with my hair because I'm tired of wearing wigs. I'm tired of, putting all these treatments in my hair. I'm tired, of doing, like extensions or whatever and stuff. I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of me having to wake up every single day and change my hairstyle every single day. I'm tired of, part of me feeling insecure about myself. I'm tired of that. And so she decided to do something about it, gentlemen. What she did about it was that she ended up getting her lock. A matter of fact, she got her into what is known as micro locks. Okay. She decided this because first of all, she was tired of doing all these things to her hair, right? She was tired of feeling insecure as well too. And last but not least, she wanted me to experience her having her natural hair without, feeling insecure. And so she got rid of the wigs. She got rid of the weaves. She got rid of the makeup. Well, not the makeup, but she got rid of all the, different parts of the, the hair that she do, right? And she decided to have her hair lock into micro locks. And she went on to that journey of having her hair lock. Now, as of right now, y'all see the lady on the bottom right corner, that's Carmen, right? Carmen Lacey, right? Now, as of right now, my wife locks is just as long as Carmen Lacey weave that she got in her hair. That's how long it is now. And so now she could do any type of style that she want with her locks. She could wear them up. She could wear it to the side. She could do anything she wants to with it. You know what I'm saying? And the best part about it is that she is very, 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 very comfortable with her hair. And she love it. And I love it too, to be honest with you. So why am I telling y'all all this? The reason why I'm telling you this is because when we dealing with this topic about women and their hair, I understand at the end of the day it deals with preference. Okay, it's a man's preference that they prefer for they women to have natural hair. It's a preference for men to want women to have their natural hair. It's a preference for women to want to have natural hair. It's a preference also for women to not want to have natural hair. Understandable. But when that preference end up turning into insecurity, right? Then that's when we truly need to have the conversation about this. Now, I believe that accountability part had to be placed on both parties. First of all, since majority of us in the chat right now, we're men, right? I believe accountability part had to be focused on us as men because let's be honest with ourselves, fellas. A lot of the reasons why, I women wear these hair is due to the insecurities that we had caused upon them. Let's be honest. Let's call it for what it is. We want our women to look a certain type of way, right? We want our women to look like a certain celebrity that you like. Lionel wants his woman, her, to look like Maya. Lionel wants his woman, her, to look like Maya. And so since his woman, her, isn't like Maya, he ended up placing the insecurity on his woman. And guess what? She's going out to get weave or whatever so she could have her hair looking like Maya. Some of y'all want y'all women hair to look like Rihanna. Hell, some of y'all want y'all women hair to look like Lotto or Meg Thee Stallion or some crazy hairstyle. Am I lying? And due to us having these certain type of preferences, right, it had create a level of insecurity. with the women. And that's what we need to talk about today. Hopefully they'll talk about this in this conversation, but I believe that that's what we need to talk about. We need to address the elephant in the room, address the insecurity part, not the preference part, but the actual insecurity part. That's what we need to address. That's what we need to rectify. That's what we need to correct. I'm just saying. Hey, Frank, salute. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Hey, Frank said, nah, bro, speak for yourself. Our man don't want no woman that look like no Maya. God damn. Lionel? God damn. Thompson, what's up with it? Some do hate her as few black women love their hair. I'm glad you brought this subject because it would be great if all black women just could leave the weave alone. Interesting. Interesting. But Frank, that's why I had brought up different other celebrities, bro. I brought up Beyonce, I brought up Rihanna, I brought up Meg Thee Stallion, I brought up Lotto. Hell, it could be just a normal IG girl on Instagram. I'm just saying. Now, once again, I'm not discrediting the preference part, okay? Because at the end of the day, we all have preferences, both men and women. But when that preference ends up getting shifted over to where it creates a level of insecurity, then that's when we need to have the conversation about it. Now, once again, before I start this video, I was on a panel, I believe earlier this week or whatever. I can't remember, but I was on a panel, right? And we was having this conversation talking about, weaves and makeup and all the stuff there. The show is not going to be talking about makeup, but that's what we was having a conversation about on this other show, about weave, makeup, and then start talking about hair as well too, And so I began to share with the panel about the history of, where makeup came from. And then we started kind of talking about her and stuff too, and I started, sharing with them about, the why part, the why about the her, which is what we're talking about right now, the insecurity part. But we are going to go ahead and jump into this video, and once again, I want to get y'all perspective for real. I want to hear what y'all have to say with these women who are going to be up here right now, and they're going to share with us their perspective, their reason why that they believe that either black women hate their hair or not. Now, those of y'all who tuned in last week when Tony Sotomayor was debating Carmen. Now, Carmen is the lady on the bottom left-hand corner, all right? Now, remember on that episode, Carmen was saying that, hey, I can understand the reason why women wear weave and stuff, because they either be lazy, they don't feel like doing their hair all the time, or it looks good to them, or, whatever the case may be, right? So I'm kind of curious to see if Carmen is going to stay with that current talking point as well while having this conversation with these other ladies, all right? And also, I noticed that there are different ladies up here with different hairstyles. So one lady, she got her hair back. Another lady, she got her, mini afro. Carmen got her weave. Another lady, she got look like some extensions. Well, I don't know shit. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this main topic for tonight, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit the thumbs up to support the channel. All right. So let's hear what the ladies got to say about this.
Welcome to New Black America. Today, we have our fabulous guests in the building. We have Michaela Montgomery, and we also have Amber Starr. And we are going to be discussing a much needed conversation to happen with Black women, and that is about weave. So I thought it would be cool. We have Amber here. She has her curly hair out. I got a natural press. And we're going to talk about demystify the weave. Right? Because a lot of people in our space, especially Black conservative men, I've been seeing lately, they have something about weave. They say that Black women call out, bad behavior in Black community, like Black conservative women are calling out all these different types of things twerking at brunch and single motherhood and all this stuff, but we're not calling out the whole weave conversation. And I personally don't have a problem with it, but we're gonna break it down. We have a couple clips here that I want to get your guys' take on. This one guy named Marquette Davin. Do you guys know who he is or followed him at all? He's like this like black red pilled guy. I don't think he considers himself a conservative, but he
Yeah. So she's talking about saint and sinner. Okay, that's who she's talking about. I don't know how she does literally butcher this boy name like this, but yeah,
is a content creator, and he's one of like the main voices against like black women wearing weave. So I have a clip here, and I'm gonna play it right now, and I just want to get your guys' take on whether or not black women hate their hair. So I'm going to roll this right here. Take a look.
Never find a black man with the hair of a white man. You see a brother, they got the baldy, you hear me, the bald head lover, or you might see they got the waves popping off. They got the cornrows, they got the dreads, the locks. But then when you go to the women, it's like all of a sudden they're trying to put on a costume, as a gentleman said, to appeal to the white man because they're trying to look like the white woman. But the psychology is so deep that you guys won't even admit what you're doing. I feel like we made a breakthrough.
Yeah. So he's basically trying to say that black women hate themselves because they're wearing white women hair. Michaela, what do you think about that?
Well, what?
Before they answer that question, also, gentlemen in the chat, and maybe ladies, y'all may be watching this too. All right. Do black women hate themselves? Do they hate themselves that they want to put another race hair into their hair?
And as a black woman, since we're all black women, we know that our hair can be any texture. It can be straight, it can be curly, it can be wavy, it can be very, very coarse, it can be all of the things. So to say that we are trying to emulate a white woman when historically and globally we embody every hair texture there is, very ignorant. Next, I would like to go ahead and say that unfortunately, it's not our fault that we wear weave. So Amber, you're wearing your natural. Y'all, everybody who know me know I usually have my natural. People don't understand just how much time it takes to make sure we look presentable every morning. People don't understand the routine we have to do every single night to ensure that we don't have to do our hair for 2 hours the next morning. Y'all don't know how much our arms hurt. Y'all don't know how much those products cost. Y'all don't get it. So in order for somebody to say, oh, black women aren't embracing their natural hair. What's unfortunate is that black women are leading in the career space right now. Black women are out weighing black men when it comes to how much we make. So
That's bullshit.
Oh my goodness, brothers, we got another one, man. We got another modern day feminists that really believe that black women are out earning black men, and we got another one who honestly believe that they're excelling everything than what men do. Lord Jesus, we got a lot to unpack with her, but I'm gonna let her finish her point. All right.
So with that being said, we don't have time to just be getting ourselves beautiful and whatnot. A lot of times, the women that they're talking about are women that they're trying to date. So
Hey,
if you're
Salute,
running
what's up
into
with
a
it? Welcome to the
single
lounge.
woman and she has weave, you have to ask yourself, did she want to go through using a deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner, curl cream, and a gel, as well as do the detangling process and keep her hair just wet enough? Or did she just want to whip out some edge control and a band and get on about her day? Like, men don't understand how much time it takes us to get ready. They already complain about how long it takes us to get ready. When you are a naturalista, it takes you that much longer to get ready. So to be able to wake up and walk out the house in my braids, to be able to get up and unwrap your silk press, to be able to get up and just take the flexi rods out of your wig or your weave, that is wonderful for us because a lot of us are out here providing for ourselves. Now, for the women who men have wiped them up and made them stay-at-home moms and they have time to do things, they can complain about them, complain about your woman. But a woman who's out here doing everything for herself, please do not say shit about her not wanting to spend 2 hours every morning to look presentable to the world. She did not set the standard for corporate America. Corporate America set the standard that she had to meet. For a long time, it was even illegal for us to wear our natural hair. That stems from slavery. There's laws that needed to be passed in certain states because students were being told they couldn't walk across the stage if they wore their hair in a certain style. Locks, to be specific, for the case that I'm thinking of. So it's like, how are we to blame when our natural hair has literally been criminalized since we got here? I think Black men need to take a second and have a conversation with their mother. But 9 times out of 10, the men who talk like this, they mama bald headed. So there's really not much input she could give us. However, if she does have, some tresses that do go past the ears, if they don't go past the ears, don't talk to me. But if that's the case, then she would be able to educate him on just how much goes in to keeping our hair nice. And I think a lot of Black men also saw like their grandmas and their moms have nice hair and they kept themselves up really nice. But this is a routine that they've, put together, and they've been doing this for 30 years. A lot of us at our age, mid 20s, early 30s, we're still figuring out how to do our hair and what our look is. So don't compare me to the fact that your grandma and your mama can get ready in 30 minutes. They know exactly.
So hold up, y'all, hold up. Because she going on a 3-minute monologue, all right? So it's a lot to unpack with what she's talking about right now. So let's start back in the beginning with what she said, all right? I'm not going to rerun it, but I remember what she said, all right? So in the beginning, right, she had stated this. She has stated that Black women, hair does all these different functionalities. It could be straight, it could be coarse, it could do all these different things, right? It could be whatever way that a Black woman want their hair to be, which I can agree with her on that. But however, if that be the case, right, then why is it a need for Black women to literally assimilate another race hair into their hair if their hair is the foundation of everything? There's a saying that goes around that says that Black people in particular, right, that we have the God gene in us. I don't know if y'all heard that before. That we have the God gene in us, meaning that the whole foundation of life has come from Black people. Okay? So just sticking with this particular talking point, right? If that be the case, if you know that you quote unquote have the God gene in you, that it corrects, your hair to be the way that it is, right? Then my question is, why in the hell do you need to assimilate another race hair into your own hair? Why would you need to do that? Now, what would make more logical sense is for other races to do that, since Black people have the dominant gene, right, or the God gene, or whatever you want to call it, right, and our hair could do all of these different things, correct? It would make logical sense for other races to do that, where they come and get our hair, and they be purchasing our hair and putting our hair into them. But you don't see that. You don't see us putting our own hair into each other, but the women be putting hair, they be putting other races' hair into their hair. So I want to ask y'all this question on chat tonight. Do that make logical sense for them to do that? Based on her talking point, do that make logical sense for Black women to assimilate other races' hair if they have the dominant hair? Now, another thing too that she was mentioning about the whole work thing, which I already said that and stuff, right? But she was also mentioning about how long it takes for a woman to get her hair done. Now, to be quite honest with you, all of that is a part of being a grown adult. I would say this. I would say that Black women, not all Black women, but majority of them, right? I would say, and once again, I would say that they are lazy as hell for the treatment of their hair. And what I mean by the treatment of hair, meaning that they are lazy as hell to put in the work to have their hair the way that they want to have their hair. So they create shortcuts. Hence, wearing the wigs and the weaves and the extensions and different things like that. Because they don't want to spend between 5 and 6 hours trying to get their hair done and process or whatever. So just by mentioning just them two things alone, to be honest with you, I had mentioned I mentioned earlier about the insecurity component, right? Just by them two things, where the insecurities lying at? Is it us? No, it's, to be honest, it's them. I'm just saying. Once again, shout out to everybody who's in the video right now. If this is your first time in the lounge, make sure not only you sub up to this channel, but hit the thumbs up to support the stream as well too. We're talking about, do black women hate they own her? And we're reacting to New Black America live stream, and the young lady who's at the bottom left hand corner, if you don't know her, she was Carmen Lacey, all right? This is the same young lady who had a debate with Tommy Sotomayor almost 2 weeks ago about this topic. All right. So appreciate y'all. I will look at the comments in a little bit, but let's go ahead and dive even deeper into this. All right.
What to do is a quick 1, 2, 3. They throw on their wig, they're done. And I guarantee you don't talk about your bald head mama like that when she put her wig on. So don't talk about me or her or her or her. And that's
yeah. So there's him. There is Tommy Sotomayor as well. I know Blanche has even talked about this a couple times, and their whole argument is that there is a mental illness or some type of like deep-seated like self-hate within the black female to why she's always straightening her hair, or why she's wearing different weave, that she wants to be a white woman because she's wearing straight hair. And I think that you're right on point with that. Like, it's not about wanting to be a white woman. It's about, you know, do I want to spend 3 hours every single day pressing this down? You know, do I want to just like press it down once and wrap it? Or do I want to just change up my look a little bit? Like, I personally don't think that there's anything wrong with wearing a weave. They're trying to argue that it's cancerous. Amber, you're wearing your natural hair out. Tell me, like, do you feel a difference when it comes to black men, how they approach you when you wear your natural hair versus when you wear your weave in?
Absolutely. 100%. First of all, cancerous. Everything's cancerous. The food you eat is cancerous. Talking on the phone is cancerous. Using an iPod is cancerous. Everything in the world is cancerous. But I do get more black male attention when I have weave in my head. Yeah, I get compliments from men when they seem to say, "Oh, I like your hair," blah, blah, blah. But it's way more. It's like double when I have a bust down in my head. So for them to sit there and act like that's not what they're like, and they're not part of the problem, part of the.
Now, real quick. I find it interesting when people do this, right? When they use a logical fact and they transform a logical fact into a fallacy, okay? Meaning that, yes, there has been studies that have proved unanimously that when you put certain type of products or chemicals into your hair, it do create cancer eventually. That's facts. But to sit up here and say that, well, shoot, everything got cancer in it. Your foods got cancer in it. Your shoes got cancer in it. Hell, the phone got cancer in it as well too. So, oh well, that is a crazy fallacy to say. Because what it does is that it's justifying the behavior instead of looking at it and taking accountability for the said behavior. But let's continue.
But what they think is a problem that they're not helping create it. Every time I see a black man say, "Oh, I got a crush on this person," or "I like this person," there's never some girl with 4C afro. It's always some girl with long straight hair, wavy hair, or some long weave in their head. I rarely see black men crushing on women with afros in their head. And secondly, no one's trying to be white. When I go to my hairstylist, I'm showing them a picture of Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion or something. I'm not showing them a picture of Jessica Simpson say, "Hey, fix my hair like this." Black people and white people wear weave differently. For one, you can tell, like, black people, the way we style it is way different than when a white girl goes to a hair salon and get extensions in. It's literally not the same thing at all. So nobody's trying to be white. Also, I want to add this in. Part of the reason, well, I can see why they think like straight hair and all that is allegedly trying to want to be white. But look who runs the damn world. white people. White people set their standard and across the world, and black men, unfortunately, don't really control much infrastructure. If the shoe was on the other foot and black men were able to implement their standards in society, I feel like, okay, then maybe you'll see more Afros walking around. And me being in LA, working in the media industry, you don't see news anchors, black people.
So wait a minute. Now it's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault that black women are wearing these type of hairstyles? Huh.
God damn. That's bullshit.
All right.
Female news anchors on TV with afros in their head. They're just now starting to get around to that. Before then, you had to have like straight hair to get like a on-air talent job. Like, they're not going to tell you directly, oh, we're not going to hire you because you got an afro in, but they're going to ignore your application when they see that afro on your head. Like, news anchors are just now getting around to wearing braids and kinky hair and stuff like that. And I just saw a news anchor out here at one of the CBS stations, and I told her I appreciate her because she goes on air and wear her natural hair, but she's the only one in Los Angeles who wears her natural hair on TV. So for them to lie and act like, oh, jobs aren't discriminating against you, yes, they are. They're not going to blatantly say it, but they are going to, I feel like they do judge you like on your hair type, you know, and I definitely see the different reactions versus when I have weave in and versus when I wear my natural hair. So then for them to gaslight us and be like, oh, it's not happening. Yeah, it definitely is happening. And for me to even look decent every morning, I have to moisturize my hair damn near every night and like plait it damn near every night. Unless my hair's going to like shrink and it's going to look dumb. Okay, so so wearing weave and wigs, whatever, it definitely helps kill some time. Like, imagine.
So let me also address too. Now, part of what she's saying about the workforce, that is true. That was true. All right. Now, back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and early 90s, right? Black women and black men were being discriminated due to their hairstyle. That did happen. But now, since we're in a modern time now, where we're in the 2000s and higher, that discrimination no longer exists. So it is not, so we can't go back and use that excuse saying that, well, the workforce and the white men, they doing this, they don't like our hairstyle, and, you know, we got to wear this certain type of hairstyle. No. Now, the reason why you're wearing that hairstyle is not because of, you know, what as you say, what the white man is doing, right? It's solely because you're choosing to do that now. You're choosing to do it. Even when, as these women call us black kings and different things like that, right? Even when we express this and say, hey, you know, we really prefer for y'all to have your natural hair, guess what? They still be rebellious as hell and still wear it anyway. Then flip it even on us and say that we the one who causing them to be insecure.
Like, one of my jobs, I would get off late at night. You think I coming home? You think I feel like coming home to twist my hair like 11 o'clock at night? No, I be like, damn, I want to put some weave and just go put a bonnet on and go to sleep. I don't feel like moisturizing my hair damn near every night, every other night, so it can look decent every day.
Right. And, you know, they should know. Black men should know because they have the same kind of hair. So they know what so then for them to get on the internet and come over here and try to like say that black conservative women aren't conservative unless they wear their natural hair. If they're wearing a weave, then they still have a problem. I just think that's ignorant and crazy as hell, because they know that they're not attracted to, you know, an afro. And maybe sometimes they are, you know, if it's grown out, like Michaela, you have hair for real. So, like, you know, when it's grown out and it's like hitting the shoulders, now they want to kind of talk about it. But I have a clip here from one of the Pop the Balloon shows that are on like Instagram and YouTube.
Lord.
And this is just a perfect example of how these dudes be acting towards women with natural hair. Take a look.
All right, before she play this Pop the Balloon clip, y'all, I'm going to want to throw this out here. Now, those of y'all who've been following this on channel, right, I was doing reaction videos to the Pop the Balloon with Arlette and BM, right? I stopped doing reaction videos for two reasons with them. The first reason is because the obvious reason, because they start striking content creators challenge for using their content. That was the first reason. The second reason is because Arlette and BM are tethers. All right. And for some strange reason, African tethers do not like Black Americans over here. They don't like our culture. They don't like nothing that we do over here, period. But however, they love to grift our culture. What do I mean by that? Case in point, when she get ready to show this Pop the Balloon episode, right, this is basically what Arlette and BM are doing. They're literally grifting our culture. They know that in our culture, we have an issue with dating. So they created this show and paid Instagram actors, right? Both men and women who are Instagram actors and stuff, right? And some of them are literally are YouTube actors as well too. Pay them to come onto the show and to make Black Americans look bad. That's the whole point of the Pop the Balloon show. So for her to compare that and say that, ha, this is what the men do. Nope, that's bullshit. But we're entertaining. But go ahead.
Someone that's your type?
Not so much.
Okay. And why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So
See?
more so attracted to longer hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
See?
That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a Black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just said, you're not just my type. But hair, it's a different, you can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to Black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered.
Her hairstyle, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right? So if I'm here to date, I'm here to find someone for me.
Yeah. So
now here's the also part of this. Notice what he said. Even though he's actor, notice what he said. He said that this is his preference. He said that I don't have a problem with her hair. It is that I just have a certain preference type of woman that I'm looking for, and it's just not her. And so they're going to use this as a talking point to say, aha, see, Black man, it is your fault. See, when we do wear our natural hair, you don't even respect it. But once again, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
But let's continue, y'all.
Wait, I want to point something about that because I remember Tommy was talking about this a while back. Cause me and Tommy got into it a few times, and this is one of the clips he was talking about. And I went on that girl page and like scrolled back to like 2 years ago, and she was straightening her hair, and her hair was down to her shoulders. And that's another thing Black men that's not have an issue with. Her hair is shrinked up right there, but her hair is like it came down right here. So he would have liked her if her hair was straightened.
Right.
Longer, or say, oh, it's long enough right here, but if she wear a natural hairstyle, that's what you're not attracted to that? Like,
that's what my hair looks like natural. Carmen, what do you think about all this?
I think I kind of agree with both Michaela and Amber. It's kind of hypocritical. Like these men say that they want certain things, but I always see them with the girls with the fake bodies. I see them with the girls with, the weave in their hair. I think women is kind of thinking this is what men like. This is what you guys like. This is what you go for, and this is not to excuse the idea, because I understand the aspect of like some women that, really don't love their hair, which is kind of a natural thing. Like, a lot of people don't like their nose, and it's just like, I think they're making it out to be a bigger thing than what it really is. And I think it really comes from this like hatred like that these Black men have towards Black women. And this is just certain Black men that do this, because most Black men do not they don't care about your hair, but it's certain Black men that will try to use this as a way to try to belittle Black women. But these are the women that they're checking for. And that is just a very valuable point, because most of the time these are the women that they're checking for. Like Amber said, if I go outside of my natural hair, I don't know, there's probably going to be less men that want to talk to me. Men like when you are dolled up. I don't know why they like when you're dolled up, but they appreciate it. They want someone beautiful on their side. And just to put this out here, white men don't care about this. This is what's wrong with black men, okay? White men do not care. Asian men do not care. They don't care about this, okay? It's not an issue in their community. And you can say like, oh, it's because.
Now, wrong, Carmen. They care. Trust me, they care. They absolutely care, Carmen. They do. And here's another thing too. She mentioned about that there are certain type of archetype of men who be going and checking for these certain type of archetype of women. Now, in that particular stance right there, I can meet her on that because yes, there are absolutely men out there who are looking for a certain type of archetype of women. Now, let me bring a little clarity for y'all, okay? There are a certain type of men out there where they're not looking for like a wife. They're not looking for a wife. They're not looking for a woman who they could spend the rest of their life with. They're not even looking to try to procreate with them. All they're looking for is just a moment with them. Just to have a moment. Just to smash and pass. And I'm just being dead serious with you on that. What tends to happen is that women confuse when they see men go after these type of women, not understanding that's the whole end game for the man. It's not to wife them up, but just to have a moment with them. So of course, yeah, they're gonna go out there with the woman who had the fake hair and all the stuff there, because they know they're not going home to that woman at the end of the day. They know they don't have to put up with that bullshit at the end of the day. They just smash and pass them. It is what it is. But however, when it comes to finding your wife, if that is your goal and your desire to find a wife and to get married, right? Then of course, these type of men are not, they don't want the artificial woman because they know what the artificial woman is about. And that's where women get confused on it. Since men have had this experience dealing with these artificial type of women and we just get what we want to get out of them, they thinking that this rule applies to every woman when it doesn't. So when they go after the actual woman that they desire, now they don't want that artificial woman. This is where it gets separated to where they say, hey, I want my woman to be this particular way. And this is where they get this confused at. And so over here, I'm telling y'all how the way we think so y'all can understand why we do what we do. So stop putting yourself in the same category as these bops, these birds, these pterodactyls, everything. Stop putting yourself in the same category if you're not that type of woman. Because if you put yourself in the same category, then guess what? Ultimately, what's going to happen is that you're going to get treated like them. You're going to get treated like them. And then you're going to be confused. You're going to be used. And then you're going to get into this feminist mode where you're talking about all men ain't shit. All based on the decision that you chose to do. Now, once again, everybody, we got about 128 people in the building right now. Appreciate y'all a whole lot. Do me a favor, y'all. Do your boy a favor. Since we got like 120 people in the building, at least give me up to about 50 likes. That's 50 likes. That's all I ask. 50 likes from y'all. That's it. Give me up to about 50 likes, all right? If you're enjoying this quality content, if you're not sub up to this channel, you're watching in the bushes, I encourage you to sub up to this channel right now so you can participate in the chat, okay? Now, once you sub up to the channel, yes, you're going to wait about like 5 minutes before you get in there. But I promise you that 5 minutes is going to be worth it because you'll be able to go into the chat and participate in the conversation because I want to hear your input. I want to hear your input on this for real. But let's continue. Let's hear what else these ladies have to say. And then later, I'll start addressing the chat. All right.
because their women are not wearing wigs all the time or they're not wearing weaves
Speak
all the
with
time.
so with it, man.
I think that these men just don't care what their women are doing in that aspect of life. Like I just think for me personally, yeah, can women, Black women get better? Because I do know this is like a $2 billion industry a year. So yeah, can we figure out a way to take that $2 billion and keep it flowing within the Black community? I say we get businesses where we can, supply this hair to ourselves. That's what we're going to do. And then we can, control what chemicals are being on there, hopefully, and we can, be able to work as a community to like, okay, yeah, this is our downfall, but look, we're not going to let somebody else benefit off of what is something that, you know what I'm saying? Like we shouldn't probably be doing. So at least we can enrich ourselves by, owning more stuff. And this is what people should be talking about. But I think the fact of just like, this obsession, like I can understand you talking about this, but to be obsessed with this, it's quite frankly weird.
Now, I also want to address this. What Carmen is suggesting is all fine and dandy, bringing it back into the Black community, recreate Black Wall Street and all that good stuff. It's all fine and dandy. But let's also address the elephant in the room with this particular topic. The reason why I believe that it's not going to happen is because of this. We, and I'm talking about Black American people, we do not support each other the way that we need to. What do I mean by that? Here's the first part of it. There are a plethora of different Black business owners that is existing right now. Hell, they're in y'all city right now. You have a lot of Black business owners in your cities right now. They may not be a corporate chain or anything like that, but they are a Black business. Ask y'all this question: do y'all support them? If you see this Black business that's like a mom and pop startup shop, right, and they sell hamburgers or whatever, right? Would you go and support that place that sell their hamburger? Or would you go immediately right next door to go to Wendy's or the Checkers or Taco Bell, wherever place that's right next to you? Which one would you prefer to go to? 9 times out of 10, you would go to that corporate chain faster than you go to that Black business. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is this. When and if you do decide to go to that Black business, guess what you do? You'll be ultimately critical of that business. So every little thing that happens or wrong at that business, you're going to judge them. Oh my God, you didn't greet me at the door and say, hey. Oh my God, they done left out the salt on the hamburger. Oh my God, look, it's one little piece of paper on the floor. Oh my God, they're being ghetto as hell. The owner is ghetto. And you take that one little moment and guess what you do? You'll go onto TikTok, IG, hell, some of y'all content creators will go on y'all literally go up on your channel and do a whole reaction video of your experience. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. And judge that place. Very harsh. You'll judge that place, that Black business, way harsher than you would take the time out to report a corporate business like McDonald's or whatever, report onto the Better Business Bureau or anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Same line. Now, here's the final part of this, and we're going to continue. The final part is this. When people do come to the Black business, right, and they legitimately give a righteous judgment of this business, right? Guess what the business do? They interpret it as you being a hater. Oh, you hating on me, man. When they give you a constructive criticism of your business, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, make you feel bad, but this is this and that and this. Or, hey, look, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about your business, but hey, your customer service needs improvement. maybe consider taking customer service training courses for not only yourself, but for your fellow employees so they know how to interact with other people. And then also, if they were able to deal with customers who become irate, you want to train them how to deal with that so they won't be acting ignorant. Oh, you hate it, man. Whatever. You hate black businesses, whatever, and stuff like that. Forget you, man. Forget you. And this is the reason why it would not work. It all boils down to our mentality towards one another. And I often say this too, that we wish that we're a monolith. But the reality is that we're not a monolith. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. But let's continue, y'all.
It is weird. I don't care what people do with their hair. I do understand like these like 15-year-old girls that want to have the wigs on. That just goes to the parenting though. You know, that goes to the parenting. But as far as grown adults, I don't care what a grown adult woman do with her hair. I just don't. I just don't.
I want to add, to say
We have
that
41, y'all.
For the
We need
black men
50.
who are saying we're not real conservatives unless we wear our natural hair, ask him what black conservative woman did we have to look up to who wore her natural hair? Because Condoleezza Rice didn't wear her natural hair. Omarosa didn't wear her natural hair.
You
And
don't
we
think
didn't really.
Condoleezza
Katrina
Rice-
Pearson didn't wear her
Condoleezza did wear her natural hair. What the hell is she talking about? What the hell? Condoleezza Rice did wear her natural hair. What is she talking about?
natural hair. And we didn't really have any other prominent black women in the Republican space. Now, let's just say take politics out of it. When we were young and impressionable, there were no natural hair girlies on TV outside of Moesha. And even then, we were too young to even appreciate the fact that Moesha had braids. By the time we were watching That's So Raven, she always had a nice slick ponytail or it was long and voluptuous. We never saw her with an afro. When we were watching The Proud Family, Penny Proud didn't even have an afro for real. Dejanay didn't have an afro. Everybody's hair was straight. You know who did have an afro? The Gross Sisters. So let's talk about the fact that they associate your natural hair with you being something, you know, that nobody would like, or that, you know, it's they connotate it with something negative. They associate your natural hair with something negative.
Or like the
But all
Bebe
positive
kids.
girls in the show had straight hair or some kind of cute little style. When we were going to the salon as kids, when we were looking in the magazine, Hype Hair, Black Hair, Ebony, there were no natural hair girlies in there. We weren't going to the salon pointing to these Bantu knot hairstyles like, yeah, give me that. That wasn't even a thing. These YouTube tutorials, they just started coming out, teaching the girlies how to do their natural hair. A lot of black girls didn't even know there were different types of afros. What do you mean there's a 4C, a 4B, a 4A? I just knew I had nigga naps. Like, we never
Nigga
knew
naps,
this
wow.
stuff just started becoming mainstream. We just started getting the help that we've needed for decades. So it's like for somebody to say, oh,
Absolutely.
women, you have to hate yourself because of this. No, the only thing I've ever been taught, the only thing that I've ever seen is straight hair, ponytails, plaits. And even then, we press and blow dry our hair out for that. Perms wreaked havoc on the black community for how long? I'm telling you, I would look like a girl with a BBL if my mama didn't perm my hair in the 5th grade. And that goes for all of us. So it's like for y'all to really act like it's our fault that we've been conditioned to straighten our hair, that we've been conditioned to believe that our natural hair is unprofessional. Nuts. And I like the fact that all of us.
So here's my counter to this, all right? Here's my counter. My counter is this. Whatever happened to the strong, independent black woman, right? Whatever happened to the strong, independent black woman? You know, the strong, independent black woman where she's not going to put up with bullshit. She can do her own thing when she want to do her own thing, right? So if you're strong and independent, right? How in the hell are you falling for a social conditioning? Say that again. If you're a strong and independent black woman, you're a strong, independent queen, right? Nobody can tell you nothing, right? How in the hell are you falling for a social conditioning? Could it be possible that this whole notion about them being a strong and independent black woman is actual false? Y'all let me know.
Us agreed on the fact that it saves us so much time not having to do that. Men aren't thinking about the fact that we're not living with our parents. We don't have husbands taking care of us like Lala do. See, we, like Amber said, when we get home from work, I'm not trying to part this in 6 sections, detangle, moisten it up, put all the product in. That is exhausting. Yes, I'm gonna put on a bonnet. It's gonna be nappy. Then when I get up, I'm gonna just get it wet, slick it back, throw a wig on top. And then, like Carmen said, white people don't care about this. And if y'all really look into it, white women wear weave and spend way more money on their weaves than we ever would. And then white men are paying for it because they don't care. They don't care. And you can watch this commercial or this girl, if she's on Instagram and she sell wigs, her cheapest wig is $4,000. And she's like, the price is the price. If it's not for you, it's not for you. All her clients are white women. And you ask them, how much did you pay for your wig? Oh, I paid $8,000. Oh, I paid $11,000. It's the same shit we put in our heads. But somebody learned the finesse and understood that an audience was willing to pay way more.
No, so my mother, she was shopping for a wig because my mom's getting married. And she went over to the white woman wig store. They were selling a synthetic, just the front lace. So it wasn't even a full lace wig, just the front, like the front lace for $4,500. I took her over to the Chinese wig store over here in South Phoenix. She got the same wig for like $79. I mean, granted, she wasn't buying like a human hair wig. It was just for one day. She's going to pop it out of the, the bag or whatever. But it's crazy how these white women do. They do wear wigs. They'll wear a synthetic wig. They'll pay $4,500 for it and think that they're doing something better than like the black girl that's going down to the corner to buy a lace front or whatever because they spent $4,500 on it. And matter of fact, they do wear weave as well. Most of these long-haired white women that you see with full curls, they're wearing weave. But the only problem is they have the leave out in the front and on the sides. And the way that they do their weave, a lot of them do K-tips. A lot of them do a different kind of weave where it's like you can put your hair up in a ponytail. So it might not be a full lace front, but they're still wearing like 3 to 4 bundles in their hair. And you just wouldn't know about it because, they hide it from their men or whatever.
So what she's saying in this particular moment, I can validate that claim. I can validate it and say that it's factual. Okay. Now, remember when I told y'all earlier in the beginning of the show, I told y'all that my wife, Mrs. Zerber, right, she decided that she wanted to go into cosmetology school at one point in time and learn how to do hair. Now, the school that she went to, she dealt with not only black people hair, right, but she dealt with different nationality hair as well too. White women hair, Hispanic women hair, Asian women hair. It didn't matter. She dealt with these type of hair. And so there was a point in time where she had to do the actual physical work where she was actually doing people's hair and stuff, right? And so I used to go to her school and watch her work. All right. And so when I watch her work, she was doing a white woman hair. And so when she was doing her hair, she was not only adding coloring to her hair, but she was adding extensions to her hair too. And so when I witnessed that, right, I had asked my wife, I did not know that white women wear extensions. She's like, you didn't know that? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I thought they normally had a long hair. Like, no, they do extensions. Then I asked, like, well, why do they wear extensions? She said, well, it's different for black women versus white women. The reason why they be having the extensions and different things like that is strictly because of preference, not because they're insecure with their hair or anything like that, or they're trying to look a certain type of way. It is preference. They seen a hairstyle in the magazine book and they want to replicate it, or they're trying to replicate a certain type of celebrity or whatever. And so that's why they do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's different with black women. When black women come in there, they be coming there strictly because they be feeling insecure about themselves. They feel insecure if they don't have all this weave and different things in their hair. They feel like that a man is not going to talk to them if they wear their natural hair. And so that's why they do it. So that's why I'm telling y'all that what she's saying, it is valid. It is valid that they do that. But at the end of the day, we can't sit up here and twisted and say that it's a race thing, like they trying to do right now. Oh, the white women, the white men. No, it's not a race thing. This is something that y'all choosing to do. You're choosing to do this.
No, they just don't talk about it. It's never been made an issue. All their men care about is she look good. That's it. They don't care what's artificial, because think about it. We saw them white girls getting boobs way before we started getting butts, and everybody loved it. So it's like they literally started this plastic aesthetic that we've now adopted. Like, now that Black women are really out here killing it in the career field and we can afford to keep ourselves up, now all of a sudden all of this stuff is ghetto and I want natural. But I don't want to hear that, because what was that?
No. We're not talking about you having weave and all the stuff is ghetto. When you start putting all that additional stuff into your hair, that's when it becomes ghetto, where you know good and damn well your hair do not touch your butt, and you put in hair like that on you. Yeah, that's ghetto as hell. Or you know good and damn well that your hair is brown and you turn your hair purple or blue. Yeah, that's ghetto.
Girl, Carmen Electra or Pamela Anderson popped up on the TV. You were all eyes. But now Cardi B or Nicki Minaj walk around and put a little switch in their hip and you're disgusted. Honestly, the person who hates themselves is really the Black man. The disability, the mental illness truly lies in the self-hatred that they harbor for themselves.
So now it's our fault? It's our fault? Sheesh. Gentlemen, it is our fault that they are deciding to wear their hair the way. Now, Carrie, I seen you in the comments. I seen your comment. Matter of fact, I'm gonna highlight your comment. Your comment said this, all right? You said a lot of Black women do it for preference too. If they're doing it for preference, right? My question is, if they are truly doing it for preference, then how in the hell are we being blamed for this preference? Why are we being blamed for this? If it's out of preference. Ladies who are watching the stream right now, you're probably catching the replay or you're watching it right now. Let me ask you the same question. If this is strictly because of preference, right, then how in the hell are we getting blamed for your preference? That is our fault. That we have a hatred towards you. Explain that one to me.
But that's all. What do I know?
No, my thing is that once you be complaining, like, they cut their hair. Like 85% of Black men barely got hair in their head, and they be the main ones talking about weave. Like, y'all literally cut your hair off. I don't see Black men walking around here in afros by the masses. I don't see y'all with y'all hair out. And it's the reason why y'all not growing y'all hair out. So I just want them to be honest and quit lying. And the Black men who I do see with hair, like the ones who got dreadlocks and stuff like that, I don't see them complaining about weave. It's always the bald ones or the ones with a haircut. That's very hypocritical.
Do you think that there is something to be said, though, about how, you know, like, would it be nice to see more natural girlies, do you think? Or do you, because Michaela, you brought up a great point. The first time I had perm in my hair, relaxer in my hair, I was like 7 years old. Oh, I don't even know. I was young. And my mother put it in my hair because how my mom grew up. You know, she grew up, my mom was born in like 55. So she grew up where it's like, you're putting relaxer in your hair. That's it. My grandma did not want to see an afro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I remember having my relaxer like 10 years old, maybe, let's just say. So it was definitely like conditioned into me by my mother that I needed to relax my hair and now that you see the younger, you know, Black girlies, they're wearing their natural hair out. A lot of the Gen Z are wearing the curly hair and they're proud of it. I'm seeing all these pages on Instagram of these Black girls growing their hair out and their hair journey. It's like all the way down their back, and these little Black girls
what's up with it?
Because their mom, who are our age now, grew up with that, like, oh, you got to put a relaxer in your hair, you have to have it pressed, your roots are, you know, you're sweating out your roots or whatever, or you're sweating out your edges or whatever. And so they kind of are like over it. They're raising their kids to grow their hair out, you know, as their kids. So like by the time they're teenagers, they have that long crown. Whereas we, who are like millennials, are like, you know, we're growing our hair out in our 20s, trying to make it work in our 30s type shit. So do you think there is something to be said about that? Like, why did our moms pass on their own, hair insecurity to us? Is that why we're wearing weave, or is it really because it saves us time? And when we have kids, like Michaela, you're a mother. How are you talking to your daughter about her hair?
All right, before they get to this, because we are about 5 minutes left in this particular stream that they did, okay? So before we get into this last 5-minute talking point that they're going to talk about, all right, which hopefully they're going to have a accountability component in this, but we'll see. But before we get to that, once again, salute to everybody who are in the building right now. I appreciate y'all a whole lot. Tonight conversation, we're talking about do black women hate their hair? So what say you, ladies and gentlemen? Do you believe that black women truly hate their hair? Yes or no? Even based on this conversation that we're hearing right now, do you believe that black women hate their hair? Yes or no? Do you also believe that these women are providing any type of accountability parts on this? And finally, do you believe that these women will provide future solutions to this too? Now, I'm going to go ahead and address a couple of these comments, all right, before we get to the final segment of this, all right? So, Jay Thompson say this, the only support I have for hair weave is quicker time for women getting ready for work. Then come back and follow up and say, common sense says if hair weave is turning your edges out and causing your hair to thin, why would you continue to do it? She is in her emotions about this subject. And I agree with that. And here's another interesting part about this, because I had asked my wife that question too. I had asked her the similar question. I like, well, if black women are doing these things to their hair, why they continue to do it? Why continue to pull their hair out like that? Then she said, well, babe, to be honest with you, I really can't answer that question for women, but I can answer it for myself. Now, the reason why in the past I was doing it for myself is several reasons. First reason is because since we can do a lot with our hair right, it takes a lot of work and effort to put into it. Hence, it makes me feel lazy. So it be times just like what Jay Thompson said earlier, where these women they want to do a quick style and just run out the house. I'll say this too, and I'll get back to my white talk report. One of the quick styles that women did before they really started doing this weave and all this stuff, right? All they used to do is like kind of, they do that little bob style where they slick their hair up and the bob thing and put it in there. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right, ladies? Y'all slick your hair up, put some gel on it. Whatever the hell that shit y'all call, right? Slick your hair up and have that little bob thing and you just run out the door like that, right? And you try to make it look as good as possible. Or you may have it on, that little bob thing through the back of there. Whatever the hell y'all do, right? So y'all do that little quick style. But the issue that women was having with that was, first of all, back in the day, a lot of the employers did not like that type of hairstyle. Second of all, the other one problem was that when they did interact, with their counterparts, right, with other women would look at that woman and say, "Why you didn't do your hair? Your hair look ridiculous." The third part is when they actually deal with men themselves. When men look at it like, I ain't feeling that little bob with your hair up or whatever, then you need to do your hair. So it ended up creating a form of insecurity. Now, once again, I'm not talking about modern day right now. I'm talking about back in the past, in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. That's what I'm talking about. Now, back to what my wife was saying about that. She was saying that, I had did these things because it just take a lot to do that. It is easier to do a little quick style or whatever. And she said that whenever she used the artificial hair, that artificial type of hair will last way longer, where the style will last longer than her actual hairstyle. And that's what she told me. So she said, well, sure, it's better just to have it like that. And that's one of the reasons why she did it. So I'm assuming that that's the reason why other women start doing that the same exact way too. But yeah, good comment, man. Karen, she said this, I hate my hair because I'm not good at doing hair at all. And I'm glad you mentioned that too. I wear my natural hair straight most of the time though. And the reason why I'm glad that you mentioned that is because I believe a lot of women share that same sentiment where they honestly do not know how to do or treat their hair. And so therefore they look for other outside sources to do it for them. Could it be an excuse? Absolutely could be an excuse. Especially in modern day right now where we got so much information readily available for us that is unbelievable. Including how women can figure out how to do their own hair. Hell, all you got to do is either shit. You could ask ChatGPT and ChatGPT will tell you exactly how the way you do your hair. You could go on a YouTube channel. There's so many damn YouTube channels that they have tutorials showing women how to do their said type of hairstyle. But the only issue with that is them putting forth the effort in learning how to do it. Once again, I get it. I understand that, many of y'all women, y'all were, some of y'all are independent as hell. Some of y'all are very career driven. And so you're busy as hell. Understandable. But at the same time, when it deals with self-care and self-help, me personally, I believe that your self-care and self-help should come before anything, including men. So you should always be trying to do things to take care of yourself, including your hair. But that is me. Now, Lionel, he said this. He said, weights. But if they don't care about it, why are they doing it more? That's a good question. Ladies in the chat, if y'all don't care about this, if this is not a huge issue, then why do it even more? Why spend over thousands and thousands of dollars, probably more than that, per year doing it? Why do that? Now, Pan the man say this. We don't tell husbands at home take care of us because black females think marriage is slavery. Now, I had highlighted this for a reason because some of y'all are looking at, man, what the hell? Why the hell do this have anything to do with her? The reason why I highlighted that is because there's some truth in that, to be honest with you. There's some truth in that. Because there are women who do believe that marriage is slavery. This is the whole argument about decentering men comes from. Now, those of y'all who are not familiar with decentering men, I actually put out not only shorts, but I kind of talked about it a little bit on my other podcast episode. But just to give you a summary of this, right? Basically, what women are doing, they're decentering men, meaning that they're no longer going to be a part of men culture. They're no longer going to be part of, social norms dealing with men, and they're going to be strictly on their own. That's what it means. Frank said this. He said, all I'm hearing is a bunch of black women making excuses. I hear it too, bro. I hear it too. And finally, Karen say this. I didn't say all. Some of these women are crazies, like the one who keep talking. And she's referenced back to what I was saying earlier about her. All right. And that, I can want to retract on that. All right. If I mention say all, then I'll retract on that because yes, you did not say all at all, period. Now, once again, salute to everyone who's in the building right now. Appreciate you. Renee in the building, Sir Nick in the building as well too. Salute. Opinionated, what's up with it? Got Damien in the building. Big Mike, what's up with it, man? What's up with it? Salute to you, salute. Observer in the building as well too. What's up with it? Salute, salute, salute. And salute to everybody else who are in the building as well too. Thank y'all so much. Do me a favor, y'all. We first get ready to get into the final segment of this podcast. Do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, man, so y'all can get more of this thought-provoking content. Now, the reason why I encourage y'all to hit the thumbs up is because this is how it helps the YouTube algorithm, so you'll know when I go live again. Because there are things that happen in the YouTube universe, all right? Now, you can have your notifications set, right? But however, if you're not being active with the said content creator that you like, such as, hitting the thumbs up, such as participating in the chats or different things like that, guess what's going to happen? YouTube is not going to notify you when your content creator is going live. It's not going to be in your For You page. It's not going to be in your subscription page, even though you're subscribed. So that's why I push and encourage you to hit the thumbs up. I encourage you to sub up to the channel as well too. And I encourage you to participate in the chat, because that's what's going to allow you to know when I keep constantly going live over and over again. And notice this, I don't ask for, no money or no super chats or anything like that, even though it's there. Now, if that's something you want to do, I leave that up to you. If you want to support the channel, I leave that solely up to you. Now, I also have a cash out right there. I leave that up to you. I don't force people to do anything other than the thumbs up thing, because I know that is very important, not only for me, but for you as the viewer. So that's why I make a point for y'all to do it. All right. So if you haven't do it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We got now roughly about 185, 200, may go up to 300 again, right? And we only got 72 likes. So go ahead and get them likes up. If we could get them likes up to at least 100, then we'll be great. We'll be phenomenal. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the final portion of this show, all right? And I believe that she was getting ready to ask the question. The host had asked the question. She had asked, okay, since you are a mom, right? Why is it that you as a mom passing down the same type of social conditioning to your children, preferably to your daughter? So let's listen up to see what they got to say about this.
Oh, she loves her hair. We're natural girlies. So she never saw me straighten my hair until December, and my daughter's 5. So, and then I straightened both of our hair just so she could put some curls in it and we could go take some pictures for Christmas. But we're natural girlies. She loves wearing her afro. She loves wearing her puffs. We do knots, we do braids, we do it all. And it's just I didn't have a mom who did that. But I also don't think we can necessarily blame our mothers and grandmothers, because again, it was illegal during Reconstruction for Black women to wear their natural hair. Something about our hair defying gravity, something about it being so thick, so dense, it just made those wives of the slave masters just seethe in jealousy. And they were like, no, I can't make my hair look like that. So they have to cover it up. And then, so instead of our hair being up and out and unique, we learned how to relax it. So it's not our moms and grandmas' fault that they didn't want the repercussions that they have this PTSD from, even though those laws no longer exist. Well, technically they don't. But again, like I just told you guys, you had kids being told they couldn't walk for graduation unless their hair was done a certain way. You have little girls who are cheerleaders who can't compete unless their hair is done a certain way. It's not us. It's literally not us. Little Black girls never had a choice. We never had a chance. And like I said, natural hair care for Black women just became mainstream 10 years ago. All these new products and all these new companies busting out all of this stuff, all of that just started happening. So yes, now we do have little Black girls with their hair down to their back, and we have Black women with their hair down to their back, because now we have products available for us in every store, because that's another thing too. Let's talk about how you used to not even be able to get black hair care products unless you lived in the hood. I grew up in Henderson, Nevada, so I had to go all the way to Northtown, 30 minutes away. Yes, I had to go 30 minutes.
First of all, let's stop the cap on Henderson, Nevada, because I have family out there who lives in Henderson, Nevada. Come on now, stop it. And second of all, this still goes back into the accountability part. So she was mentioning earlier about, hey, the grandmothers and different things like that, right? Okay. We couldn't, she was also mentioning that back in the day, black women couldn't wear their hair the way that they could wear their hair. Okay, got it. Due to like Jim Crow laws and different things like that. Okay, got it. Understandable. But we are in the 21st century now. We're in modern day culture now. So what's the excuse? What's the excuse now? Because now black women could, as y'all could obviously see, that's on the panel by itself. You could obviously see that you're free to wear your hair any way you want to wear it. Short, tall, long, skinny, weave, no weave, bald, whatever your heart desire, you are free to wear your hair the way that you want to wear it. Now, once again, if we're talking about strictly preference, right there, I don't see nothing wrong with preference. But however, if we're dealing with insecurity, as she's stating right now, she's stating insecurity. She's saying that back in the day, the white men didn't approve black women hair. That's a form of insecurity. Gotcha. Hell, she even blaming on us, black men. It's the black men fault as well too. That's a form of insecurity. So since they're mentioning about insecurity, right? So what's gonna be the push for the solution behind this? Where they could get back to loving their hair. That's why I mentioned earlier about self-care. Self-care deals with yourself. Self-care deals with the approval of you, not anybody else. Same thing over here at the lounge. When I do my men empowerment lives, right? When I be teaching men from the true red pill philosophy, right? The main components that I teach is about self-improvement for the man first. That you need to improve yourself first before anything else. If you don't improve yourself, if you don't love yourself, it's going to be damn near impossible for you to remotely survive in this modern culture, because this culture is going to tear you down, eat you up, and spit you out. So self-improvement and self-care is very, very important. So once again, if that be the case, right, then why not lock into that? But let's see.
Minutes away to Northtown anytime I wanted to get hair products. So that's my mom, my aunt, my grandma, we would literally all get in the car and we would all load up on our hair products for the month. It would be a once a month thing. So it's like black girls, not only did we not have the YouTube videos or the products in our store, and then the lack of education from our mothers, because think about it, out of the four of us, who can cornrow? I'll wait.
I sure can.
I can cornrow.
All right, so only 50% of us can cornrow. But do you see that? Like that's a black thing. That's a black ass thing to do. Yet not a lot of us know how to do it. But think about it. Me and Amber, we can't cornrow, but our mamas had our hair laid. Bet it was pressed out. Bet it was nice. Yep. Exactly. So since our moms couldn't even do the traditional natural hairstyles to teach us that, they didn't have anything to default on other than pressing our hair out. So it's like our parents didn't want us to get bullied. Our parents didn't want us to be told that we couldn't participate in the school program. Our parents didn't want us kicked off the dance team. They didn't want that for us. So instead of telling us that something was wrong with our hair, they just raised us to believe that this is how you do your hair. That's it. Nobody ever told us something was wrong with our hair. We were just raised to believe that this is how things are done.
Yeah, I think this is like some straight off the plantation type stuff. Like Massa, she's over there, like, she's straightening her hair. Like, why can't people just do what the hell they want to do? Half of you people don't even know where the hell you come from. You don't know what part of Africa you come from. You just repping Africa. At this point, we are American, okay? You guys want to be conservative, but conservatism is all about assimilation. That's what it's about, okay? And it's not to say that you can't embrace what is great about being Black, but it's great being this other thing too. It's great being, an American. It's great. You want to go back to Africa, take your ass back to Africa. I don't see anybody trying to get on a boat or get on a plane. You don't get on a boat. Get on a plane. I don't see y'all trying.
Actually, Corman. I don't know if she's aware of this, but there's a whole movement they've been going around for, I think almost like 10 years. There's a movement where a lot of Black Americans, they created a mini, like, best way I could describe it is like a little club or whatever, right? They created this little club to where they are trying to, leave from America and go back over to Africa, preferably, South Africa, like Lagos and all this stuff, right? So they create this little club where, they get together, they're sharing insights and stuff, right? Teaching them about, citizenship over there if they want to get dual citizenship and different things like that. And so they created this club, and many of them really left and went over to Africa. So yeah, that do exist. People do that, for real. It exists. But I also find it disingenuous where we sit up here talking about that once again it's dealing with this white people, it's the white person fault. I find it disingenuous that throughout this whole conversation they don't even want to hold themselves accountable because they the one who is choosing to do this. And I'm also waiting on them to give any type of solutions. That's for them. That'll be beneficial for them in their argument. Hopefully they'll give us some solutions, y'all, but let's see.
Trying to go back to Africa. I don't see it. So why are you acting like you're so obsessed with Black culture, with black? Why are you so obsessed with that? I don't get it. And then try to associate this with conservatism, it's just ridiculous. And the Afro came around, the 1960s? The Afro was not something that was just a known hairstyle that people were just wearing for time and time. No, it was a way of protest. And I ain't protesting shit. So I'm just here.
And that's the thing though, like Black American women, like we've been doing our hair like all kind of ways. That's just what we do. I feel like Black American women, like as out of all the Black people in the globe, we're the ones who test out with different hairstyles the most. Like we literally have hair shows and all that stuff like Donna and stuff. Like we've been playing and experimenting doing stuff with our hair. That's a part of being a Black American woman. I don't know where this came from, but all this weave, blah, blah, blah. Like when I first started, I had my first Remy weave in college. I've been wearing my natural hair out since like high school. I just started putting weave in college. And they did not care about weave. I remember like men like actually, Remy, they was obsessed with Remy, liking the Remy hair. I don't know where this little thing came from. All of a sudden now they hating on how Black women wear their hair. Yes, I do think natural hair is nice, but I feel like the beauty of being a woman is like everybody look the same, especially like Black women in America. All of us look different. When you go like to places, you see all the white girls look the same. All got the same hairstyle. You go to some places, a lot of Black women, everybody got a different hairstyle. All of us like look different. And that's the best thing I feel like about Black American women is that we look, it's a variety of us. Like all of us wear different hairstyles, got different colors, and like I will never let anyone shame me out of the style of Black American women. Like I'm just sorry. Like I don't care.
Hey guys, thanks so much.
All right, so that is the end of this particular conversation. All right, so we're fixing to jump into the final comments in the chat. Once again, y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole conversation, because I honestly was trying to look forward to them giving any type of solutions that would help their argument. All right, but as usual, it didn't happen at our period. It's more about excuses than anything. You know what I'm saying? So once again, appreciate everybody who tuned into the show. Let's go ahead and get into these comments that I have highlighted. All right. So Opinionated said this. Opinionated says 3S. We must use the 3 E's. Sorry about that. The 3 E's is as follows. We must be ethical, and excellent. So I think it's important for Black women and girls should embrace our hair and all the ways and styles of our hair. And I agree. Sir Nick says this. Keisha is just lazy. Protected style is an excuse. Renee says that she said Afro hair has some Latina, it clogs hair pores, and from my experience, it's a type of dandruff that has to be removed by gently scratching off the scalp. And finally, Sir Nick followed up and said this on excuses for days when I was in high school. Women did their own hair. They're lazy. They want to be noticed by Brad so bad. Wearing blonde hair is crazy work. Shout out to you for that comment as well too. Appreciate you. So once again, I really wanted them to give some type of solution base for the reason why they doing what they doing, why they believe in what they believe in. Now, through my experience of being around the brotherhood, right? An overwhelming consensus of brothers. When it's all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, is it a priority for us that we prefer our women to have natural hair? No, it's not a priority. But it is a preference. We do prefer. My final one argument is this. I believe that the reason why Black men care about women having their hair natural is because the potential damage that they do to their hair when they be wearing all these extra styles. As it was revealed earlier that some of these type of styles in hair, it do cause cancer. So we literally do care about y'all health. Now, once again, I'm talking about a certain archetype of man. I'm not talking about them men who just trying to smash and pass you, because obviously the men who smash and pass you, they don't care about your hair. Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. They care about your hair because they care about a certain look that they're attracted to while they're trying to smash you. But they're not necessarily trying to care about your overall well-being, because they're only trying to get what they want to get out of it. And it is what it is. But once again, when you're dealing with a certain archetype of men who do want to be in a relationship with women, if that's what they choose to be, right, and choose to be married to their woman, they care. They care. Because your hair is part of your health. And we don't want you to be unhealthy. Now, last part of this, they mentioned earlier that it was our fault that they're behaving the way that they're behaving. Part of that, I can meet with them on that, but they only basing it due to the type of man that I was telling you about earlier. But there are other men who don't share that same sentiment at all, period. So those of y'all who are watching right now, those of y'all who are able to comment in the chat right now, do me a favor. If you are a woman and also a man as well too, right? Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Put into the chat what could be possible solutions for these women. What could be a solution that they can obtain to where they can feel secure about themselves? Where they can feel so secure about themselves where they're not going to worry about how the way men think when it's dealing with them in their natural hair. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna give you a solution. My solution is this, like I stated earlier. My solution is that it starts with self. Women have to get past this insecurity about themselves. If women are declaring that they are strong and independent, then prove to us that you really are strong and independent by doing self-care for yourself. Do your hairstyle because this is something that you want to do, that is a preference and not an insecurity. Prove to us that you're not insecure. Show us that you are comfortable with whatever type of hairstyle that you desire. Just the same way us as men, we're comfortable with whatever hairstyle that we have. Hell, you look at me right now, you look here and say, Urban, bald-headed self up here talking about women hair, but I'm secure about my hair. I could have my hair bald or I could grow it the hell out. It don't matter to me. Because at the end of the day, me personally, I care and love myself so much so that I don't need validation from other people so I can care about myself, so I can feel secure about myself. And I believe that the women or our women have to be the same exact way, that you have to get to that point to where you care about yourself so much so that you don't need validation, not even from us. You don't need validation from us, period. And now it transitions to you do the things because that is something you just want to do. Now, if you want to do it, there's nothing wrong with it. No argument. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Karen, she said this. I wear my hair now and I want it for myself. No excuses. It's healthy. Facts. Agree with you. Yeah, that black seed oil, well, when they say this, that black seed oil is magic. Matter of fact, hold on, y'all think I'm playing about this black seed oil. Hold on, I got some up here right now. Yeah, I got some black seed oil right now on the cool though. That black seed oil is what it is. Yeah, you're right about that black seed oil. Coach, what's up with it? As a political economics researcher, I can say absolutely the general sentiment of black women hate their natural hair and are trapped in a cycle of self-loathing. Yeah, I agree with you. Melanated-centered therapy, I agree. Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. So I gave a solution for us, the women point of view, right? Let me give another solution as well too. And this is going to deal with us as men, all right? Here's another solution for us as men. If we say that we care about our women, right? If we say that we want the best interest for our women, if we say that our job as men is to protect and provide for them, right? I would say that part of our duty is to help our women transition into that level to where they can become secure about themselves, dealing with their hair. I believe that when you like say for example, when you go on YouTube and stuff, right, you see different red pill manosphere. Some of them be having panels, so whatever, right? And they be having these talking point shows talking about this topic, right? I believe that it's our duty for us protecting our women is that when we have these conversations that we let our women know that we still care about them. And we need to hold ourselves accountable for saying some bullshit stuff. We need to hold ourselves accountable for saying some bullshit stuff towards our women. I don't date a woman. Yeah, we need to hold ourselves accountable for that. Because when we are as leaders, right, when we take the initiative, right, guess what's going to happen? In return, she's going to see that, and she's going to have to make a choice. Either she's going to want to follow suit, or she's going to do the opposite. But whichever choice that she make, it's on her. But as you, as a man, you done already fulfill your duty, which is to provide at least some type of outlet for her, so she could have a choice to obtain that security about herself with her. And we need to make it clear about the difference. Like I told y'all earlier, there's a difference between the type of women that we go after of. Now, if we're going after women we smash, we need to make that abundantly clear. Abundantly clear that we only go after these women for these said reason, and not put every woman in this bundle saying that this is how every woman is. Because as y'all can see, gentlemen, they honestly believe that we think that every woman are like this, that we go after every type of woman like this, when we don't. That's not true at all. We don't. So we have to make that clear to them and let them understand the difference between that. And other than that, y'all, that is all I have for this episode. Now, appreciate each and every last one of y'all for tuning in to this thought-provoking conversation. Let me know how you feel about this episode. Do you agree with my point of view on this? What about the women who was on the panel earlier? Do you agree with their point of view or not? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Also, those of y'all who are catching the replay this as well too, y'all let me know too in the chat. Do you agree with this or not, and how the way you feel about this, and what you can do about this situation? Y'all let me know. Shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to this particular episode. Make sure you go back and catch the replay of my other podcast episodes. And also, I appreciate those of y'all who follow this channel. I appreciate y'all supporting my shorts, even though my shorts can be crazy as hell. Appreciate y'all supporting my shorts. And also, I appreciate y'all going over to my community wall and engaging in the conversations over there. Now, those of y'all who are not familiar with what's happening on my community wall on my channel, y'all need to go over there, because we be having some wild conversations over there for real. Because I'll be posting different memes and conversations over there that's thought-provoking and challenge people to think. And those conversations be wild as hell. So if you're missing out on that, make sure you go and participate in that as well too. So other than that, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all again on the next episode. Y'all have a great weekend.